Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, a.k.a. PD Beats.
Hello and welcome to the Popternative podcast. This is the podcast where we have digital discussions in the worlds of pop culture, social media, sports, and hockey. Of course, we love doing hockey interviews on Popternative. My guest is a defenseman. He played for Smith Falls in the HEO AAA U-18 League, and he was a first-rounder draft pick by Owen Sound Attack in the OHL. We're talking to Nolan Seed. Nolan, welcome to Popternative.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. First of all, just take us through kind of that moment when you got drafted by Owen Sound. What were you kind of thinking about? What was kind of the reaction with family and friends? Take us through that day.
Yeah, so it was obviously a dream come true, something that I've been working for the past couple of years. And draft morning, it's pretty hectic. I had a bunch of family and friends over to enjoy the experience with me, and hearing my name called was just a surreal feeling and something that I'll never forget.
Absolutely. I just wanted to talk a little bit about your game because you're a defenseman and an offensive defenseman. But what were some of the players that you kind of modeled your game after growing up?
Growing up, I like to watch guys like Morgan Riley, Cam Fowler, Noah Hannafin, just guys that are good skater and defensemen that can move the puck up ice and also jump into the rush and create offense from the back end.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. What do you kind of think about? You officially signed with the Owen Sound Attack. What were kind of the what was kind of the reasoning? What were kind of some of the reasons why factors that came into play decided to go play in Owen Sound?
Yeah, so obviously at a young age, the OHL is where I wanted to play. So when I talked to the Owen Sound guys before the draft, they made me feel very comfortable right off the start. And when I went for my visit after the draft, I saw a playoff game there, and it was just a really comfortable feeling just right from the get-go. And their fans are unreal there. So just being able to go there really made me excited. So that's kind of why I decided to take myself there next year.
Talk about your year in the HEO AAA League. I mean, it's a league that's been, I believe that was its third year as a league because a lot of things got changed in the area. But talk a little bit about your experiences and talk a little bit about kind of the things you worked on to get to the next level and to be a first-round OHL draft pick.
Yeah, so last year it was a great year. I had a lot of fun, developed a lot of friendships. But yeah, I think the HEO Midget League is a great league, especially for 15-year-olds in their draft year. Gives them an opportunity to play against bigger guys, stronger guys. So it prepares them for the next level a bit better than some other leagues. But yeah, my experience in the league was great. I have nothing but good things to say about the league. And
Talk about your experience with your team. What was it like in that environment?
Yeah, I had a great team. Great teammates, great coaches. They did a lot for me throughout the year, and I'm so thankful to have played for that team.
Absolutely. Moving forward right now, I mean, you're going to be in an opportunity where you're going to have an opportunity to play as a 16-year-old in the OHL, which is not an opportunity that a lot of people get. What are kind of some of the feelings going towards that? I mean, it's overwhelming. It's exciting. There's a lot of hard work involved. You're just kind of, I guess, soaking it all in, Nolan.
Yeah, exactly. It's obviously it's been something that I've wanted to do for a long time. So I've just been working hard to prepare myself for the moment, and hopefully I can take advantage of it the best that I can.
Mm-hmm. You look at Owen Sound right now. You're going to join an organization that has some players that are going to be leaving that are very skilled in terms of players like Nick Suzuki, Jonah Gadovich, like some really amazing players. And then you look at players like Sean Dursey, Aiden Dudas. It's just an unbelievable organization. What do you think you can kind of bring to the Owen Sound Attack next year?
I'm definitely just going to try and step in and play my game and try and contribute to the best of my abilities. And I'm definitely not going to try and fill the shoes that they had. They're obviously all terrific players, but I'm just going to come in next year and try and play my game and do the best I can to help the team win.
You were awarded the best defenseman in the HEO AAA League award. That's an award that was given to you. What do you think some of the things that you worked on throughout the season led to you getting that award?
At the start of the season, I was kind of a one-dimensional defenseman, I guess you could say. I was more of an offensive defenseman, but throughout the year, I worked a lot. I worked really hard with my coaching staff to kind of better my defensive side of the game, and near the end of the year, I was more of a two-way defenseman, so I think that helped my running for that award tremendously.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit about off the ice. I mean, what are some we know a lot of we know the typical the stereotypical hockey things, country music, fishing, Fortnite, going to the cottage. I'm sure all of the above for that. But is there anything about Nolan Seed that we don't know, that people don't know, that you could share about us? Any hobbies, any interests outside of hockey?
Yeah, not too far away from the average hockey player. Hate to say it, but
darn!
Yeah, it's pretty usual. The video games, the Fortnite. The average kind of stereotypical hockey player.
Sarah Noel from Oshawa was like, he actually had the best answer. He's like, I like ultimate frisbee.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so I was just like, wow, you won it, because everyone was like, just go to the cottage, fish, listen to country music.
Yeah, that really pretty much is it. Especially for hockey players, they have such a busy time during the season that basically you just got to try and kick back and relax and get away from the game a bit and prepare for the next year.
I don't think a lot of people realize too that, especially at a young age, there's school too. You can't just play and eat, breathe, and sleep hockey all the time. There's a life outside of hockey.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my parents definitely pushed me to do well in school, and right now I got exams coming up, so I'm trying to study for those and do the best I can in them.
Well, I just feel bad right now taking it away from your.
No, it's all good.
You mentioned Fortnite. Why do you think Fortnite or those type of games? I mean, hockey players love video games, but I see a big exclusive relationship with hockey players and Fortnite that I've never seen before.
Yeah, to be honest, I actually, at the very start of the Fortnite situation, I was I got on there late. I've only been playing Fortnite for the past couple weeks now, but once I played it the first time, I kind of got sucked in to the trap. But I think it's just a good way to have fun with your friends and play online and play a couple games with them. And yeah, it's just a fun experience and a good game to play with the boys.
When I have a lot of OHL players on, I kind of ask them who in the OHL were some players that they played against or played with that they were very they were really surprised and impressed with. I mean, you haven't played in the OHL yet, so we're going to talk about the HEO AAA League. Who were some of the players that you played against that you were really impressed with?
I was impressed with a lot of players this year, but especially some of the younger kids that stepped in, as 2003 age group. There was one kid that played on Pembroke, McTavish. He stepped in and played up against us one game, and he had 2 goals or something like that. He was a really good player, and he should be a high pick next year in the draft.
Absolutely. Any players from the O2? Because it's such a powerful year, in my opinion, for hockey players. The O2 is very strong.
Yeah, I think Yannick Create from Hawkesbury, he has come a long way too. He's a really good player. Went 3rd round to Ottawa, I believe. So he'll be in the OHL pretty soon.
And of course, there's so many players. I mean, Josh Barnes, Sean McGurr, and Colin McDonald. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of talent this year in the league. What were you kind of doing to kind of contain these players as a defenseman?
I just try and play with the puck on my stick as much as I can. I think the best way to defend is having the puck on the other end. So I just tried my best to contain them, keep them to the outside, and not try and let them do what they do best.
You had a chance to play in the OHL Gold Cup. Is it safe to say that that's kind of one of the coolest experiences that Nolan Seed has been a part of so far?
Yeah, for sure. That was a great experience. It was a very fun time, even though we didn't do as well as we thought we would have. But yeah, it was a great experience. A really long weekend. Took a lot out of us, but yeah, it's something that I'll never forget. And I'm just happy to have been on that team and played in that tournament.
Once you step into the OHL, you're kind of stepping into a very interesting atmosphere and environment where you're all kids, but it's like a pro setting, a pro environment. It's a full season. There's road trips. There's fans at the end of the game looking for autographs. The production of some of these teams, it's amazing. The like live entertainment game day production of it. What do you kind of like? Are you kind of going in there just like with, not as much expectations, but like you're entering a world where you have to like act like a pro at a young age? Or is Nolan Seed ready for that?
Yeah, I think I've been preparing for a lot of years to make the step into the OHL as a 16-year-old, and obviously I'm gonna lean on my teammates and Owen Sound a lot for just little tips and tricks along the way, and I'm sure that they'll do a great job and just helping me along the way and taking me under their wing.
Absolutely. Who would you say Nolan Seed is on the ice, and who is he off the ice? And are there any similarities between the two?
Oh yeah, I think I'm not that different on and off the ice. Off the ice I'm kind of just a good guy who likes to have fun, funny guy, pretty outgoing, and even on the ice I try and have as much fun as I can. I don't I obviously take it seriously, but I have a smile on my face 24 hours a day, pretty much.
No, absolutely. What do you think is kind of the hardest thing to be a hockey player? Is it balancing like school and hockey? Is it the mental game? Is it the physical game? There's so many things you could say, but what is the hardest thing or most challenging thing about playing hockey in your opinion?
I think you said it perfectly. Definitely balancing school and hockey at a young age is pretty difficult, especially me. I kind of live out in the middle of nowhere, so me this past year I live about an hour away from every game in practice. So yeah, it definitely is hard to balance school and hockey, but you kind of get the hang of it as you go, and you kind of figure it out.
No, for sure. A couple more questions and we'll wrap up. What are you kind of looking forward to the most this upcoming year, and what are you working on specifically in the off season so that you're ready to kind of make an impact and play some games for the Owen Sound Attack?
Oh yeah, I'm just in the gym and on the ice as much as I can just to get bigger, faster, and stronger for the upcoming year. I know it's going to be a big adjustment, especially playing a lot more games than I'm used to. But I'm really looking forward to this year and can't wait for the challenge.
Absolutely. Well, Nolan, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining me. Where can people follow you on social media?
My Instagram handle is at Nolan_Seed, and my Twitter is at Seed Nolan.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, and I wish you all the best, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No problem. Well, this has been Popturnative, youtube.com/Popturnative for the video episodes, iTunes, Spotify for the audio episodes. Until next time, this is PD Beats and Nolan Seed signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popturnative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popturnative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popturnative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.